What is up, guys? It's Mega giving you another deck for Link Evolution. We're honouring another deck request, guys, and it is a Mermail deck. This deck's of course my own opinion at the end of the day, and it's completely cool if you guys disagree with any cards shown in this video. Quick note that Firewall Dragon is banned in this game, so it won't be in this deck, so I have had to change the extra deck out a little bit. And also I'd like to apologise for being ill for the last couple of days. That's why I haven't made any. That's why this video is a day or two later than it should be, because as I say, I enough lost my voice, so I had to wait for it to wait till I could get it back. And like I always say, guys, every single video, if you're struggling to make any of these decks showed so far, check out the card hub. Not only does it show you if a card is in this game, it will also show you if it be in a card pack, a challenge mode, campaign, you name it, it will tell you where to find it. And with that, guys, let's get on to the video. Starting us off is the Atlantean Dragoons. I do believe I'm saying that correctly. 2 copies. A lot of these monsters in the deck have effects should they be discarded by another water monster, and Dragoon's no exception. It should be discarded, or it should be sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect. You get to add a sea serpent to from my deck to a hand, which is great for the other Atlanteans, and also it's good to search out Megalo to continue the combo extenders. Dragoon's absolutely fantastic. 3 copies of Heavy Infantry. When this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a 1/1 effect, you get to destroy 1 face-up monster on the field and destroy it, so that's very good as well, like pop your opponent's back row. Also should it be normal summoned, or you can normal summon again in you can get summon 1 additional sea serpent from your hand as well. Then finally, Atlantean Marksman. Should this card inflict battle damage to your opponent, you get special from the level 4 or lower Atlantean from your deck, which is nice as well. In addition, should it go to the graveyard to activate a 1 monster effect, you get to destroy you get to destroy 1 set card your opponent controls as well. So it's like the opposite of infantry. So these cards, like I say, you use them, but you mainly use them to discard, but they are good for like attacking fodder and for Xyz fodder as well. 1 copy of Deep Sea Diva. This card is the only tuner in the main deck. When it's normal summoned, you get special on the level 3 or lower Sea Serpent from your deck. Great to bring out Prince. Use Prince's effect to bring out to do all that combo, to search a card, send a card, and you go from there. So easy, boys. 2 copies of the Sea Kaiju. The reason why we're running this card is because it's a water monster, so that means it's legible to special on our big mermails. It's also a fantastic card to get over pesky cards your opponent has, like, I don't know, they have a Blue Eyes Dark Chaos Max Dragon on the field, you know what I mean, like big boss mon, so you can't get over, you just tribute summon your Kaiju. Also, because it is also water, that means it's legible to summon an Elemental Lord as well. Now going into the Mermails, we've got 3 copies of Abyss Gundy. When this card is discarded to the graveyard, you get to target a Mermail in the graveyard and special summon it. It's like a monster reborn. 3 copies of this, and then Abyss Hildy. When Hildy is sent to the graveyard, you get to special summon a Mermail from your hand, and Hildy is when it's sent to the graveyard. It doesn't matter if you send it to the graveyard to play 1 for 1 or to link summon. It doesn't have to be discarded. She's actually a very good one. One of our boss Mermails, Abyss Lead, you get to discard 3 other water monsters in your hand to the graveyard, special summon this bad boy, and if you do that via its effect, you get to target an Abyss spell or trap in the grave and add it back to your hand. Also, you can tribute another Mermail in attack mode and force your opponent to discard a card. So that's great if you go into turn 1, because your opponent starts off with 1 less card in their hands. And because, like I say, you're discarding cards, like 3 cards, 2 cards, whatever, you're going to trigger a lot of your Mermail's effects going off, or your Atlantean's effects going off, so that's why there's so many monsters in this deck. 1 Abyss Lindy. Lindy is more like, if you used her, but she's not, like, she's one of the only ones that doesn't have a discard or special summon effect. It's like her effect can only be triggered if she's destroyed and sent to the graveyard. So it's kind of good if you've got like a break hand and stuff like that, or like your combos have been disrupted, so you're just going to set or something. That's the main reason you're going to do it. But because she's a Mermail and because she's a water, it's very easy to include her in the deck. 3 copies of Megalo. Megalo, you discard 2 cards instead of 3 this time. Special one, this bad boy, and a special one via this way. You get to add an abyss, spell, or trap from your deck to your hand, and also you can. There's a little combo, guys. That I love that if you have two Megalos in play, you tribute 2 other monsters. Your 2 Megalos can attack twice each, and it's pretty much an OTK. 1 copy of Abyss Osea. Abyss Osea is you target a Mermail on the field, and you get special other Mermails from your deck equal to the combined levels of the monster you're going to send to the grave. So, for instance, if you have Megalo in play, you use Osea's effect to send Megalo to the grave, then you get special a level 3 and a level 4 Mermails straight to the field, and then their effects are going to trigger because you special summoned. You see you see where I'm going. You just constantly go through your deck. Like for instance, Pike. Abyss Pike is fantastic. You can say use this with Osea's effect. Pike's effect will still trigger. When Pike is normal special summoned, you get to discard a water monster in your hand. Then you get to add another, a level 3 or a 3 water monster from your deck to your hand. So you use Pike's effect. You're going to send Gundy to the graveyard. Then Gundy's effect's going to trigger. Then you search out, I don't know, the Hildy. Then Hildy's then live. If you send her to the graveyard, you just keep going and going. 3 copies of Abyss is it Thesis? When you discard 1 water to summon this guy, so it's easy to bring out, and especially in this way you get to search a level 4 or lower Mermail from your deck as well, so you can pretty much search out all the lower ones. You just and again, because you're discarding the water, that water monster's effect is going to trigger. You just go from there, and also it's a level 7 as well. Great for Link 7 players. Then finally, we've got Abyss. We have Mermail Abyss Turgy. When this card is normal special summoned, you get to discard 1 water monster from your hand. Then you get to target a level 3 or lower monster in your graveyard, bring it back to your hand. So it's got that recycle play. But mainly the reason why I love this card is because it's a level 4. So you can go into Behemoth Shark or Bahamut Shark. The Water Elemental Lord. I can't pronounce its name, guys, or else I really would. I just know it's called. I know it's just the Water Elemental Lord. If you have exactly 5 water monsters in the grave, you get to special summon this bad boy. That's not that difficult to do, like especially during your combos. If you've got the monsters in the grave and you've got a full board, instead of link summoning right away, summon this guy first, then do the link summon plays, then go from there. This guy, if it's summoned due to its effect, you force your opponent to discard 2 cards in their hand. So should they, especially turn 1, which is easy to bring out this card, your opponent starts off with 3 cards, and that really does hinder them. 3 copies of the Atlantine Prince. This card is fantastic, especially if you summon it with Diva or if it's like turn 1. When you get to send an Atlantine from your deck to the grave, then you get to add an Atlantine to your hand. So a nice little combo is to send Dragoons to the graveyard. You get then Dragoons effect will trigger, let you search like a Megalo. Then you get to add the infantry or the marksman depending on the field. Then you send that monster to the grave with another monster to summon the Megalo. You just go from there. It's literally as simple as that. It's so good. Or you could just send the infantry straight to the graveyard to pop a card and add the Dragoons to your hand. You just go. You just do whatever you want. Then that's it for the monsters. Going on to the spells, we've got a Monster Reborn. Continue your combo extender, guys. Nice and easy. You just keeping going, recycling your monsters. 1 for 1 again to summon out the Prince. This card's actually fantastic if you're using it with Hildy, because again, Hildy's effect will trigger in the hand. Will trigger if she's sent to the graveyard. Regardless, so just keep it going. Soul Charge, this card should have been banned. It's not banned, so we're putting it in the deck. You get special as many monsters as you want from your graveyard. Yes, you lose your battle phase, but I'm not going to lie, if you can set up a board which is near enough unbreakable or just absolutely fantastic, it does not matter if you're giving up your battle phase. Especially if you have this card turn 1, it does not matter one little bit. Then Upstart Goblin to round off the spells, because it's you're making this deck a 39 card deck. getting those cards, like you say, you just need just that one water monster. You play upstart, you draw it, boom, you go, you just keep going. It's all about the hands in this deck. Moving on to the traps, we're using one Abyss Sphere. It's searchable with Mega Logahite, and also you can bring it back with Lead. You get Special Summon and Mermail from your deck. You can't activate spells if you activate this trap, but I'm not going to lie, we have 4 spells, so it's not really getting us that little bit. But when this card leaves the field, you have to destroy the monster you special summoned. However, the monster you special summoned with this trap will be destroyed during your opponent's next end phase. So please bear that in mind. Basically, the Abyss trap cards you're going to use during your turn for combo extenders. So you special summon the Mermail. It's effectively going to be negated anyway, but you can summon the Mermail, link away with it, or Exceed summon away with it. That's the only reason you're going to use it. Same with Abyss Squall. You get to target 3 Mermail monsters in the graveyard. Special summon them in defense mode. It doesn't say target up to 3, so you have to have 3 monsters in the graveyard. Their effects are going to be negated. They're going to be in defense mode. They can't attack, and they're going to be destroyed during the end phase. So, like I say, you're just going to special summon them all 3. You're either going to Exceed summon away, or you're going to link summon with them. That's the only reason you're going to be using them. And then finally, 3 copies of Evenly Matched. This card is like a fail-safe, especially in the hand as well. This card is a hand trap. Should your opponent have more cards than you get to play this card from your hand. Your opponent banishes cards on their side of the field equal to the number, so they have the same number of cards you do. So say they wiped out your board, you have nothing. During your opponent's end phase, the bad to end. Pop this bad boy, force your opponent to have just 1 monster on the field, evens the board up. It's the main reason using this card. Going on to the extra deck, guys, we are running a few synchros because of Diva. We're running Cold Dragon. Cold Dragon is a tuner itself. So easy to bring out. Just Diva and a level 4 monster. Boom, go straight into this card. And because it's a water monster, it's absolutely fantastic to work in this deck. You get for its effects, you get to discard one card to target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. And because, again, Cold Dragon is a water monster, it's going to work with all of your monster effect, especially with the discard as well. And if this Synchro Summon card is sent to the graveyard, you get to draw an additional card as well, so that's great. We have Tatsunoko, I believe I said that right. This card's also tuner itself, guys, and if this card is and with this, if you want to synchro summon a monster, you get to use cards in your hand as well. Kind of easy to bring out Trishula. Trishula is like the boss synchro in this deck, so that's why we've got these 2 bad boys to help out. So going into Trishula, say the boss synchro. When this card is synchro summoned, you get to banish 1 card from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard. Absolutely fantastic. Obviously, you're not going to use Trishula against like Thunder Dragons because that's just going to help them out too easy. So obviously, pick your monsters. But Trishula, I like. You bring it out as like a last reserve, in my opinion, but it's still a very good card. Going into the Exceeders, we have Abyss Dweller. It is a water monster as well, so that's great. The main reason you're going to use this card though is to stop your opponent using cards from the graveyard. So they're going to burn Abyss, this card shuts it down. Thunder Dragons are going to activate in the graveyard, shut them down. You see what I mean? Abyss Dweller, not actually a very good card. 1 copy of Bahamut Shark. This card, with Muster Board, you can bring out turn 1, and you can have the and you can have the Behemoth Shark. And totally awesome combo straight away, and it's fantastic, boys. With this bad boy, you get special summon a rank 3 or lower water Exceeds from our extra deck, but Bahamut Shark can't attack on the turn you activate this effect. So what you do is you Exceed something into this bad boy, then you instantly use an overlay unit, bring out the totally awesome. Obviously then will be live and can activate its effects whenever it wants to. But obviously you won't be able to attack with Bahamut Shark. But bring out that totally awesome, it's completely worth it. I'm using a 1 copy of Draco Set, kind of like a mini boss, but Draco Set's not that bad. 2 level 7s, it's actually easy to bring out. You get to attach 1 overlay unit, special and 2 phantom tokens from the grave. Summon 2 tokens. While this card has a token, it can't be destroyed in battle by card effects, which is nice. You get to tribute a token to play 2 effects. Either destroy 1 card your opponent to destroy one card your opponent controls. So that's actually very nice. The main reason why I love Dracossack is because you can go in. It's because you can use Dracossack and the tokens to link summon away. So that's very good. One mecha equipped Angia. Angia, it's mainly there for protection, boys. So during either player's turn, you get to detach one Xyz material, target one monster face up on the field in attack mode, switch it to defense, and it can't be destroyed in battle by card effects. It's mainly there for protection, and the card you're going to be protecting is the Elemental Lord. Because if the Elemental Lord is sent to the graveyard, you skip your next battle phase. So if it's going to be destroyed, use the Angia's effect, protect it. It's not going to be destroyed, so you don't suffer its downsides. One copy of Abyss Gaios, I believe I said that correctly. This card is actually a very good boss monster in my opinion. While this card is face up on the field, level 5 or higher monsters can't attack, so that stops your opponent from using like big scale cards like Chaos Max can't attack if this card's in play. And during either player's turn, you get to attach one Xyz material. Monsters with lower attack points than this card cannot activate their effects, so it shuts down all them effects as well. Absolutely fantastic, guys. Love this card, and especially if you combine it with Muster Boy, it's going to increase its attack points, so that really helps out. One Galaxy Tomahawk. Again, we're using level 7s in this deck, so this card's easy to bring out. You're going to detach two overlay units, special summon as many tokens as you want. You're going to use Tomahawk and the tokens to link summon away into your big boss monsters, and that's we'll get into that in a minute. Totally awesome. You summon this with Behemoth Shot. You can't summon it due to other means, but you don't really want to. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell trap or monster effect, you get sent an Aqua monster from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard. And because Totally Awesome is also an Aqua, so it works with that. And you negate the activation and destroy it. Then you get to set the card to your field, so that really comes in handy, especially if you're negating monsters, because you can use those monsters to link summon. But if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a water in your grave and add it to your hand, so it has that recyclability as well. Then going on to the links, we have one Bowl Sword. The reason why I put Bowl Sword in this deck, guys, is because Firewall is banned. I needed a link for Boss Monster, and decided Bowl Sword's one of the best generics in the game. I'm putting him in. So 3 effect monsters to bring him out. He can't be destroyed in battle, and once per turn you can target a monster that's in attack mode, switch it to defense. Bowl Sword can attack twice. Also, if it attacks a monster, you can half that monster attack and add it to Bowl Sword. So it's fantastic. So it's very good for the big push plays. But Bowl Sword and Decode Talker can only be summoned with effect monsters, so you can bring them out using the Tomahawk engine. You're just going to have to link away a token for Link Spider and link away 2 other tokens to summon Proxy Dragon. That's why they're in the deck, so please bear that in mind, guys. Decode Talker, it gains 500 type for each monster it points to, so especially like since the 2 down arrows are pointing the same place as Muster Boy, a nice little combo, especially if you have the Behemoth Shark and the Totally Awesome. You link summon the Muster Boy plus a monster you stole, or you just summon another monster. Link summon them away into the Decode. Decode's effect will trigger, making its attack points 3,300. And your other monsters, yes, they will lose 500 attack points each, but you have a big boss monster in play, you go from there. And then finally we have Muster Boy. Two water monsters, guys, so it's so easy to bring out in this deck. All waters gain 500 attack, which is nice. Also, should Muster Boy be destroyed in battle or by a card effect, you can target a water monster in the grave and add it back to your hand. So again, it has that recyclability. But it's great for turn 1. Just bring it out. Then, because it has its 2 arrows pointing down, you can go into the Behemoth Shark Totally Awesome combo. And then this guy's going to increase their attack points as well. You just go from there. Just so easy, boys. And that's it for the deck. I really hope you guys enjoy it, because it is actually, Mermails is actually a very fun deck. I'd never played them before, but they are actually very fun. I'm going to be making, I will try and make a Silent Magician deck, which someone requested. I've never played Silent Magician. I don't know if they're good in this game or not. I could not tell you. So please bear that in mind. So please bear with me with that deck. If I can't make it, I will let you guys know, but I really will try my best. And like I say in every single video, guys, if you like, if you enjoyed this deck, hit that like button down below. It really helps out the channel grow, and also I get to see which decks you guys prefer me to make. And like always, if you have any other deck suggestions, hook me up down in my comment section down below, or go to my Twitch, and I will try my best to make the decks should have the time. And that's it, guys. I'll take care from me. Enjoy the deck replays.